Flag is raised. Walking in, led by Sussex Road. Jogging in. And they're off. This is the follow at the races on Twitter Novices Chase. Sussex Road from the Butcher Said. As they reach the first, and Sussex Road has stumbled on landing at the first and unseated Col McCormack. Having just been headed by the Butcher Said, Sussex Road, he usually gets round in his own time, is the first to make his exit. He's now racing riderless alongside the Butcher Said, and Manila Warrior is tracking his sole rival out of the back straight. So into the turn they go. The Butcher Said leading Manila Warrior. Adrian Heskin from David Bass with the riderless horse on their inside as they approach the turn into the home straight and on their way to fence number 3. So the Butcher Said, with one eye on Sussex Road, comes towards the first of 3 plain fences at the home straight. The Butcher Said stands off a mile. He was definitely keeping one eye on Sussex Road there. He came up outside the wings of that fence, had the scope to get over it though, and at the middle fence at the home straight he was much better, landing 3 lengths clear of Manila Warrior. So they're on their way down to fence number 5, and it's the Butcher Said who crosses it a couple of lengths in front of Manila Warrior. And even with Col McCormack's weight off Sussex Road's back, he can't keep up with the other 2 at present, as the Butcher Said leads them into the next left-hander. A length and a half in front of Manila Warrior, who's jumped the first 5 fences fluently enough. And they remain clear of the riderless horse, as the Butcher Said makes his way into the back straight with Manila Warrior right on his tail as they prepare to level off and race on towards fence number 6. The Butcher Said in the centre of the racecourse, couple of lengths in front of Manila Warrior. Sussex Road having a loose school behind them as they come over fence number 7. The Butcher Said jumped that really well, 3 in front of Manila Warrior as they head on towards fence number 8. Was their first that claimed Sussex Road on the first circuit, doesn't claim either of the other 2 this time around as they go to the open ditch, which is fence number 9. The Butcher Said. Manila Warrior closing up on the inside, be only a length and a half behind, touching down over the ditch as they head into the next left-hander. So the Butcher Said, Adrian Heskin looking for his 8th winner of the campaign, leads Manila Warrior and David Bass, who's on the 4 winner mark by just over a length as they work their way around the top turn. Sussex Road, who exited at the very first fence, continues to race several lengths behind the front pair. The Butcher Said accelerating off the home turn on this circuit and jumps the first up the home straight well. Again coming markedly wider than Manila Warrior as they approach the middle fence up the home straight. This is the 11th. The Butcher Said was wrong that time but fiddled his way out of trouble. Manila Warrior only a length and a half down as they come to jump fence number 12. The Butcher Said will pick up in front of Manila Warrior and both jump that soundly as they race past the stands, a full circuit of the racecourse ahead of them in the follow at the races on Twitter Novices Chase. So turning left-handed to race away from us, it remains the Butcher Said, with David Bass now getting much lower in the saddle on Manila Warrior, just pushing him along to keep tabs with the Butcher Said, who, although Adrian Heskin has asked him no questions, has accelerated into the turns on a couple of occasions, about to make their journey down the back straight for the final time, running on to fence number 13. The hooded, the Butcher Said, who again will jump the fence in the centre, but jumped it really well, landing 2.5 in front of Manila Warrior, who is being pushed along firmly over the 14th, the Butcher Said, by 3 lengths over Manila Warrior as they head down to the last 2 fences in the back straight. At the first of them, the Butcher Said was slick, 3 clear of Manila Warrior, who's firmly off the bridle behind him, heading to the open ditch at the end of the back straight. The Butcher Said comes across it, foot perfect, a mistake from Manila Warrior in second, and now finds himself 5 lengths adrift of the Butcher Said, and that gap is growing quickly. The Butcher Said, who's coasting along in front, 8 lengths in front of Manila Warrior, who was taken out of his comfort zone at a relatively early stage. The Butcher Said he's just bowling along in front on his way towards the turn into the home straight with 3 plain fences to cross. The Butcher Said on his chasing debut, again coming down the centre at the third last, took it safely, 10 lengths clear of Manila Warrior, who's a spent force as the leader comes to jump the second last. The Butcher Said, and Adrian Heskin just allows him to run down to the left slightly. He's 12 clear of Manila Warrior with a furlong to gallop and just the 19th and final fence in front of him. The Butcher Said comes into the inside wing, jumps it soundly. Manila Warrior about 10 lengths behind in seconds, but the Butcher Said's been pretty good this afternoon on his chasing debut, has jumped most of the fences really well and wins without coming off the bridle, beating Manila Warrior